4, and I think considering Too Good's a good addition to that, that'd be quite nice. So I'd maybe like to see Stacked manage to maintain their momentum, but wouldn't be too surprised to see a few things happen.
This is the beginning. In a few seconds, the soul will spawn, and that really will sort of set the tone for the rest of the round, because you get the choice to choose where you want to drop off the soul. And if you do deliver it, you kind of get the option to choose your favorite area, or at least the most convenient at the time.
I mean, there is one like specific moment that I want to see happen, and that's going to be Xron on the Doomslayer. I want to see him get quad damage and go for Berserk. I feel like that is such a Doom thing to do.
I don't know how likely that's going to be, because you do become public enemy #1 when you've got that quad in hand, but within 2 seconds, we'll soon find out. The power-up's going to spawn, and it's going to be quad with Xron. Will he deliver?
I'm not sure, but he has a lot of damage now, potentially. This Doomslayer has a lot of mobility options. That double jump really helping him out. But still, already the soul it is on the side of Stacked. They're holding onto it. Oh, just going to go down. And fazz too. Quick swap to the shotgun, an absolute deletion.
And the starter shotgun is so popular in Sacrifice because of the fact that you're going to die often, but you're also going to be point blank quite consistently. And the regular shotgun will sort of give you the highest possibility to do damage. As you can see, it's been dropped off by Stacked, but Wait4us. All they need to do is drop it off one time, and they should be able to climb that percentage. 19% really isn't a huge amount to have a lead for. Havoc has been able to fight back for it.
There we go, Toxic on the sidelines trying to intercept, and it looks like Stacked able to stabilize this a little bit. A number of frags now trying to safely get through. That's a big part of Sacrifice. There will be frags all over the place. It's just a question of where do you respawn and how do you regroup as a team to try and deny them getting back through. We can see though, safely dropping off the soul again. Stacked on that 20%. Kilson goes down, but there we go. Krysa is on the point trying to get it back.
Now, there's plenty of members of Wait4us all over that point. And they're going to be sticking together temporarily. Noctis does manage to get one frag, but it's not going to be enough currently. He needs to do a little bit more work. But here's one common occurrence within Sacrifice is, the ability to defend is also to head off the opposition when they get that soul. Make sure that they can't deliver it and get out alive. But if you get taken out on your own point, the sort of the general way that respawns work, they will kind of put you within that sort of mid-range, and wow! Rip and tear until it is done. Point blank, punched in the face.
That's actually going to be something quite useful that Doomslayer can do, though. Popping that Berserk and then picking up the soul. Like I said, Berserk isn't a max speed increase, but it quickly gets him to his top speed limit, right? So being able to pop the Berserk, pick up the soul, and then using the punches to lunge forward, it's a good way to just cover a lot of distance quite quickly, despite him not being the squishiest of champions in the game.
Now, the way Too Good approaches Sacrifice is he may not get the most frags or he may not do the most damage, but whenever he gets a frag, it's almost always going to be something really significant. Like his ability to kind of just sit on the sidelines or, sit in the shadows and wait for that opportunity to do something really game-changing. Too Good is so superb at seizing that opportunity and really sort of just setting the tone for what the rest of his team is going to be able to do at that moment. Like a really good team player.
It's been quite a stable match for Stacked so far, though, because they have lost the soul a few times. Whenever they have, they've always managed to get it back quite quickly, and they're building onto this lead so far, 35% and climbing. Looking good for Stacked at the moment. That protection on Toxic too, so knowing you've got Toxic, who's this good on Slash, now has the protection just wore off, but just how hard she is to kill as it is, let alone when she's got the protection.
If you're already climbing the percentage and you've got that power up, I mean, it's not a guaranteed way to build it, but if it's got protection, then in some cases it may as well be, because you are so hard to take out. That's guaranteed, I reckon.
Oh no, I thought maybe that single armor pickup might have been enough just to maintain it, but it just simply delayed the inevitable. And that's going to be it. Fazz taking out a couple of frags, but then ultimately committing suicide, unfortunately, thanks for the rocket. Run away. Already Stacked are just trying to cut off all these ways out of the point. They do not want to let Krysa get anywhere. He's not going to manage at all. Noctis going to quickly appear right in front of his face, get the soul back, and already Stacked are starting to build the percentage up again.
Now 60% built. Only a little bit more, really. We are gonna get at least one more power up before this round is done. But I feel like Wait4us, they're sort of coming in full force. You can see Stacked are sort of starting to surround them a little bit. Oh, Toxic, clean. Noctis with a couple of acid spits too. Solang, the ability to just defend a point, really uncontested.
But this is that kind of that Stacked style that we saw them really manage to do back when they were not too fast.
Oh dear.
Oh wow, there's the Berserk. Unfortunately didn't quite work too much. But this is what they're good at, right? Holding on to the point, but then even if they lose the soul doesn't go very far. They're amazing at just stopping it before it becomes a problem.
Well, it's not been climbing consistently. I know they're almost at 80%, but Wait4us, they've only built 7%, and that's all they've been able to do. They've been taking the soul, but they've not been able to do anything with that.
So this could be anything they need. One going to get one frag. Two good falls down as well.
Here comes
Teammates
power up
running with him. Yes, though, even if he drops it, he's got teammates ready to pick it up. Avex's going to pick it. Oh, tries to throw it through, but hits the top, but has loads of teammates. But Fazz comes in with the quad damage shotgun just to steal the soul back. So now already stacked. They have the quad and they have the soul. This is going to be very difficult.
He's got quite a lot of it left too, and he's just picked up an LG. Hearing me, the injection too, he's going to be so hard to kill, Xron. There was no way he was going to be able to fight that one. Quad damage LG versus Berserk, that is a 10-0 matchup.
Fazz just on this quad damage rampage right now, just stacking up frag after frag, and look at how much percentage he was able to buy his team, 97%. I'd be very surprised if Wait4us can get this one back, but they are going here, 3 of them at least on the point. But toxjq's trying to defend, Noctis gets another one, and so does toxjq, all of them falling down, and that's going to be the first round on the board for Stacked.
If you have a convincing round, it can be over in the blink of an eye. I mean, the grand sort of total time is around 2.5 minutes or so from 0 to 100% uncontested. So that can be a fast round. However, if you're able to sort of keep it going back and forth and the percentage doesn't really start to climb, obviously that's where the longer rounds will come into play. But one thing Stack do so well is just a lot of their round wins are almost always dominant ones. You know, even if the match goes on for quite a while, the percentage difference is massively significant.
Fazz having a good start here at the very least. I think Fazz really made that clutch decision there to go for the quad damage. Whereas the soul was being taken away, but him having that quad for that long is kind of what secured his team that round.
Well, sometimes you have to make a choice. Do you try and fight for the soul and concede the power-up, then understand that you're now going to have to defend against the team which has taken the power-up because you left it? Or do you accept the fact that they may drop it off, but now you've got power-up, and you can make that run towards their base? And if it's protection, in many ways that might be guaranteed, because protection on full health is so hard to deal with in this game mode.
Well, a change of pace right from the word go is Wait4us already have 10%. That power-up just spawned though, and it looks like it was going the way of Stacked, but the important thing here is Wait4us were able to secure Obelisk A instead. But
Too Good has one hell of a stack with quad damage, and he's got good tracking on the LG. 3 kills easily, looking to make it 4. But here comes the soul run, Stacked with power-up. I mean, this is the game changer already.
What he needs. You know, Stacked decided to going for the soul to get the hold of the quad damage, and that decision paying off big time.
It was a good choice. I mean, they essentially bargained 19% against them for a guaranteed power-up, and because of it, they've now been able to drop it off, but they've got to be able to defend. Here comes Wait4us. Krysa gets one, and Xron to follow up.
As it's coming through, it looks like Wait4us are able to get the soul away. Pops the injection, but there we go. The damage of attack.
Wow.
Oh, see you later, Radiki!
Deary me.
He is flying into orbit itself at just phenomenal speed. So Fazz gonna hold on to the soul anyway. We're gonna get this back to B before long. Yeah, he's probably going to get this quite contested unless he gets hit by a rail. No, nothing like that at all.
Oh, rail is very prominent on a map like this. I mean, that's sort of the general middle hallway. It's open season for those that have good accuracy with the rail. And actually, speaking of which, toxjq, he really is he has one of the best rails in the business. So on a map like this, toxjq, he lands significant rail time after time. Nice finish with Fazz. Good little weapon switch.
Fazz has just been on a warpath this entire time, but defending from behind, flanking around the soul. Oh, wow, the soul was thrown up there, but Fazz was ready to intercept. He got this off. No! Xron stops him from getting the capture. And another frag too. Xron, oh no, but eats a rocket. Too good from beyond the grave.
Well, at least he was able to sort of waste a little bit of time, but it's going back to what we saw beforehand. Wait4us, they've got that essentially 4-man attack.
Still though, the power-up spawned, and who did the power-up go towards, it seems? I'm not quite sure. I mean, he's just been picked up.
But krysa, no one to check him just yet.
It looks like everyone that's picking up the power-up is ducking immediately. There's so much fighting for it, but it looks like Stacked were there in force, ready to stop him from dropping off the soul anyway. That's a big thing about Sacrifice though, right? Is even if you know you're not going to be able to capture the soul yourself, just get to the enemy obelisk and don't let them put it off. You don't want to let them build any of that percentage, especially in quite a closer game like this, 26% to 19.
I've got to say, that was a fantastic fight from Tox. That 1 versus 1 was highly impressive. I mean, he had less health right there, and he was just hitting more trails with the LG. And wow, full speed, Kilson with that crouch sliding goal. And a double with the LG too. And it's quad damage. That's why the rampage comes through.
That was such a stylish moment from Kilson. Gauntlet into a double kill with the LG. That was just like from the movie.
Here comes Too Good, but oh no, he actually was able to take away the quad. That's game changer. He was able to take it away from Kilson, Noctis with the pickup, but unfortunately he goes down as well. And that's going to allow Wait4us to start to even things out a little bit. Now it's 26 versus 26. They're now in the lead, but that won't last long if they get the Sacrifice soul right now.
Oh, Xron getting a double kill with the Berserk though. That's going to do good things just to hold on to the defense. Now this is a much better situation for Wait4us. The power-up is gone. They're holding on to the soul. If they can stabilize this and keep holding it for a little while longer and extend this lead, they'll have less to worry about and be less pressured in the rest of the round. But Still 40%. Doing good so far, but
It's much more evenly matched. Definitely a lot more evenly matched than it was in round one, but not able to get very far with that soul in hand. Avec, he's trying to bring it back, and even if he gets taken out, at least he's been able to sort of climb that percentage once more. Too good up from behind, getting those significant kills as always, looking for his moment to just pick out those weaker targets. That really is going to be Nyx's job on top of sort of stealing the occasional power-up also.
this is much better round for Wait4us though, 55% already. This is much better for them. I mean, it has kind of just been a trade back and forth for most of the round, but now they've really set it down. And then you go running a ring around the obelisk, just trying to put that defense. That time for Nuke so much, but Fazz going to get a frag, or another one. Noctis going to clean one up too. Okay, this is a good attack. This is a good attack for Stack. They're going to get the soul back, but Wait4us are going to be spawning a little bit closer towards the middle, so it's going to be difficult for them to get it off.
And actually, that looked like a pretty decent spawn for krysa, because he's pretty much right in the way, and it did cause Fazz to have to sort of double take where he wanted to go. Wow, this is just madness. Kilson with a double kill with the tri-bow. I mean, you don't see that every day.
So too good, getting a lot of damage here. Oh no, but Kilson with a nice last-minute rocket. Only 27 health left as well. We were so
no
close
one here to
dying
challenge him.
LG.
That's going to be a safe drop-off. Look at how many members have stacked.
Oh,
trying
the
to come in.
protection on Wait4us as well. It's on Sorlag, no less. That's a protected Sorlag, and it's Avec as well. This is a dangerous situation for Stack to be in. It's going to be so hard for them to take out this Sorlag.
I mean, even though he's surrounded by enemies, 50 health is going to be more than enough to take these 2 kills. This is the acid tick too, so he's going to be able to get away with a little bit of extra life. Also,
Protection just about to run out though. Didn't last too long, but was it enough? I mean, 85% almost now. This is so good for Wait4us. Stack just haven't been able to attack the way they've normally been doing.
Unfortunately, Toxic was super weak. The rocket out of nowhere, too good. Trying to see if he can sort of provide that real sort of support from up top. Such a good location for the rocket launcher at the top of that location there on the obelisk.
Alright, so Fazz able to steal the soul back. Trying to regroup with his team here. They're going to have to try and safely get it back towards B. We could already see all 4 of Wait4us are here, trying to stop him.
Oh, wow.
Here they made the right read on where he was going to go, and Xron trying to bring it back, but only 3 health. Going to go down to anything at this point. Oh, the acid!
no!
Oh, melted his little feet.
I think he may have actually tried to jump there, but accidentally may have got a double jump, jumping off a ledge. That's actually quite a common thing to do as Doomslayer there, because the double jump procs when you're in the air, no matter if you've jumped or not. Doesn't matter too much. The problem now is that they have been giving up the soul, so they have a lot of work to do.
Able to at least halt the progress of Stacks, because even though it's looking like they will probably be able to drop this off. Yeah, there we go. The question is, how long can they hold on to it? So all 3 of Stacks are here, but the power-up is there too.
Funny you should mention the power-up, because I feel like if Stacked are able to seize this power-up and it's going to be something like protection or quad and they get around without dying, they may be able to make a comeback. The danger is if Wait4us get that power-up at any point, I would be very concerned. They don't have a lot of percentage left to take to win this next round, and if they get protection on someone really tanky or really fast with lots of health, I'm not sure what Stack can do to prevent that push.
But if Stack can get this power-up, it's something like that that can help them hold on to it. The amount of time the power-up will last. See how it works. Looks like
Quad.
Toxic's able to get it.
Oh, Toxic on the quad, and he's likely to get a heavy armor too. Now, this is where things might get a little bit better for them. He's going to be able to perhaps stop the push there. Misses the rail. Very important, actually.
See Toxic's going to try and just deny him from capturing at this point. I mean, 4% left to go. You cannot let them get anywhere with that soul to win.
Here comes Tox, quad damage, and he takes no damage while he went in. So now, when he manages to get the defense, even though he's not got quad anymore, it's going to run out by the time the guys come over. Maybe get 1 or 2 frags, but he's nice and healthy. They can defend quite a while now.
One player he was able to take out last minute was Ron, who's been doing a lot of damage. They're coming in force, but they're going to fall down. No! Kilson's going to get 1 frag on Toxic, but he's still quite low.
Oh, here comes Noctis, guaranteed death. The LG on the light and the jump pad. Not a huge amount you can do to prevent dying in that situation, but wow, Noctis staying alive.
Now it looks like out of almost nowhere, Stack. Oh, Kilson comes in full speed, revving the gauntlet in hand. That was a brave play, but he's going to die anyway. Toxic with a quick shotgun blast to do it, but Stacked now. Look at this position they're holding. They have the obelisk. They have what they need.
But there's a lot of members of Wait4us coming in, and the acid spit already gets used, destroying Toxic, but there's a double kill on the point. So it's still going to be relatively even in terms of how many numbers are on that point. It's 2 versus 1 at the moment.
4 frags. Noctis and Fazz really have just been these tried and true defenders so far, holding on to this point through thick and thin. Power-up's not going to be up for 30 seconds. There's not going to be enough time for a power-up if they can't contest this at the very least. Only 10% left to go for Stacked. This was looking so good for Wait4us, but just out of nowhere, Stacked have been able to bring it back.
Just really amazing management of that quad damage. And from that point on, the defense, that brick wall defense that Stacked have been able to adapt. They've got a couple more kills. This is likely to actually be the round. but they need to get it off one more time. 1% more. Is that going to be enough? It is indeed. Stacked with a very impressive turnaround in that second round, I have to say.
That was really good for them. I mean,
the maps, I feel like the two obelisks on this map are night and day different. Like, there's so much open space outside of the church location, but within the church itself, a little bit easier to defend in some ways, but at the same time, a lot of people, they fight for that point because that tends to be among some of the teams a bit more of a preferred point, but automatically, the fights have come through, and here comes the Soul. Who's going to get it first?
Oh, Xron gets taken down immediately by a super shotgun. Looks like, at the very least, Wait4us trying to get it through, but no. Already, we have Stacked here ready and waiting. And even though Kilson did all of the work to get it as close to Obelisk A as possible, because he died so close to it, Stacked able just to pick it up and capture Obelisk A for themselves.
That's always going to suck when you put in a lot of work to build it towards an obelisk, and then you go down right before, and you've actually just done the hard work for the enemy team. Stacked, they've been able to drop it off. Only 9% so far.
Say Wait4us already able to get back, and fazz, dropping the quad damage. It's going to get picked up again though, but yeah, Wait4us are able to pick up the quad damage and the Soul. This is the best case scenario for Wait4us as they try and get themselves back to B now.
Very intelligent use, just getting rid of the Soul. He's going to force the reset. And this is something you didn't really see it early in the days of Quake Champions a few months ago, but now players are getting a lot more comfortable with the game mode. On this map in particular, there's all that open space. Players, instead of actually trying to defend the Soul from a point and run it from one obelisk to another, they tend to sort of throw it off the map. They force it to go out of bounds, and when the Soul goes out of bounds, it will reset into the middle, and it's a bit easier to fight for it there than if you were to fight for it on an obelisk.
So we see that strategy used a lot on this map, and it works for a reason, but Toxic, get that rocket frag.
Of course, Ron just did the exact same thing again. He'd rather have his team fight for the middle of the map rather than have to him bring it over there and just risk getting taken out. Hasn't mattered too much. Toxic has been able to re-deliver, and even though it's been in transit and not delivered anywhere, Wait4us still with 0% percentage.
Oh, that's a 1v1 Toxic, gonna lose it down to krysa. Teammates following him one at a time, but fazz can get that return frag. And again, even though Stacked have managed to control some of the percentage, it really hasn't stayed on one obelisk for a very long time before he's being taken. This has been such a back and forth round, but because Wait4us are yet to actually put it on obelisk B, they are yet to build a single percentage. Even though they're managing to do a great job taking it off, they just can't capture it very well yet.
See the members of Wait4us all sort of steadily grouping up.
Oh, it's going to be a slash on the point, trying to ping that plasma trail, trying to contest, but Kilson drops down anyway.
Yeah, Kilson wasn't really able to achieve a whole lot with that plasma trail.
Right, and he was unfortunately alone in that situation. We see it's very important to be able to go in as a team, but it's much better for Wait4us. They have a lot more people who are on the point. The acid is gone, but Kilson tries again on the point. But he does have teammates here to back him up this time, but no! He's going to fall down. Noctis.
I mean, Noctis has been that MVP defender of this round so far. It's not been a very long round, but that 1 point there, it's pretty much a one-man army. And then here comes the power-up.
Xron was able to finish off though. He hasn't got many shell.
Protection on Too Good.
Oh wow, we've actually seen that. Players will seem to very much favour putting protection on the next player of the team. We've seen Too Good get this a lot, but she's already hard enough to kill as it is with that Ghost Walk being so prominent. But then you just chuck protection on top of it, and now you have someone that can become invisible, invincible for a few seconds, and now they are protected as well. I mean, how do you take down someone like that unless you just severely outnumber them?
As a straight up 2 versus 1, Too Good is alive because of that protection. And even if he didn't get fragged, he was just wasting time. Yeah, the time they were spending trying to take out Too Good there, they did actually swiftly acknowledge that and ignore him essentially. But he wasted just enough time to just guarantee a little bit more of that unchallenged percentage. Flash rockets Too Good. I mean, that was a significant rampage right there. That was a great run.
Yeah, Too Good being on fire at the moment. We can see that already stacked. The 4 of them are here. Wait4us. People alive, but one by one they are dropping like flies on the point. And Noctis again, that token defender. I mean, Noctis really seems to have that job of just be Solag, be as annoying as possible, and stay on the point. Just do your best to contest. It's getting so many frags and so much damage.
This has been a hard defense to crack into. Unfortunately for Wait4us, they have yet to take a single percentage here. I mean, it's just the coordination between all 4 members of Stacked. And you can see how it's working out here. That's guaranteed 100 versus 0%. And that is actually going to be qualification point. One more round will send this team to Denver for DreamHack, competing against some of the rest of the top sacrifice teams in the world. But Wait4us, you can't count them out. They're here for a reason. Yeah, there's some top-tier competition on Wait4us also. But they've got a lot of work to do for the rest of this map.
It was a dominant round for sure, but just round 1. Wait4us, they're more than capable. I mean, that actually happened last time, right? They lost round 1 on the first map, and then were able to almost take back the second one, but it just slipped through their fingertips a little bit at the last minute. They have to do the same thing here this time. They they hope to stay in. I mean, like I said, this is qualification point. Still winners bracket, so the loser's not going to be out of the tournament, but knowing that this is, if you win this set, you qualify, and that's it. Your job is done for the day.
That was such an important rocket
after this.
That was actually a very, very important rocket, actually, to miss on Kilson, because he had such little health. He would have instantly got taken out, but unfortunately, even though he was actually able to drop off the plasma trail, it didn't really do anything about Stacked getting the soul. They've taken it again, and it's on the same location. And now for Wait4us, they're in a lot of trouble here. It's repeating history.
Fazz they're defending, but Xron's going to get that return frag using that super shotgun. There's the reset. Yeah, throwing it off the out of bounds, just trying to reset the soul back. Stacked only able to get 6%, but oh, Xron going to surgically take out Toxic and drop that quad damage.
You know, resetting the soul, it's actually very reminiscent of there was a game mode in Doom called Infernal, and there was actually quite a common tactic was you would throw the skull, which was very similar to the soul, out of bounds to reset it back to the middle of the map. It was a hugely common tactic that teams would do, and I feel like Burial Chamber, it really does kind of remind me of that sort of Doom game mode.
Was it the fact that you saw the Doom Slayer do it?
Yeah, indeed, you are correct.
Super shotgun with skulls on it, no less. Still though, this is much better. Fazz having that quad damage, even though he only has a starter shotgun, it's still going to be loads of damage. Drops it down, pops the injection. That's that usage that Anarchy has, right? That utility.
Oh no, Xron tried to berserk and he just ate a rail in the face for it. Ouch. First, they have taken the lead, but barely. And unfortunately, actually, before I can even finish saying that, 13%, the danger with that is that it's so easy to build up if it's uncontested.
Especially with how long Stack can hold on to the soul at any point. Because it just seems like even though, nice frag coming out of there from Kilson, it looks like one of their strongest things is like, not even just like defending the obelisk, but just not letting Wait4us drop it off once they've actually taken it away. Here's that soul. Toxic. Just got the rocket launcher with plenty of ammo, but I love this though, following your teammates' plasma trail, so you can't be followed. That's really smart.
These sort of champion-specific strategies that you can only do on team modes where you're not doing damage to yourself, but what is the other team really supposed to do? If you're following a plasma trail and you're able to keep up with it. Wow, speaking of which, Stacked piling in! Oh my days, so many bodies in one place.
And already the Aston's going to finish him off, but able to pass the soul to Too Good before he dies.
Oh no!
No health left, it's going to die anyway. Avek drop off as well with the mega health. That was a really good pickup for Avek. But still though, Fazz was ready to catch it. Only has his gauntlet out though, doesn't have many weapons. Just picks up an LG so he can start fighting back, but he is surrounded by enemies right now.
Well, I feel like Avek taking that mega health also was fantastic because it meant that his competition was unable to... Wow, he just went flying right there. But taking the mega there for Avek meant that the rest of the team couldn't take it. They were all trying to pile in towards that obelisk, and the mega would have helped any one of them.
Got a nice frag from Too Good again. Too Good getting so much damage. Has the protection as well.
Oh!
Has his teammates here too. If they can try and siege this obelisk back. He's Xron defending, but there we go. Picks it up. Oh, wow, this is Too Good too. So it's Too Good on Nyx with protection. It's going to be very difficult for Wait4us to bring this one down.
No Ghost Walk required. Heavy armor also. I mean, he's going to be unkillable in this 1 versus 1. There we go, gets taken out. There's the drop off.
Wait4us were able to get a little bit more percentage though at the very least, so still relatively even. Protection just wore off. Oh, and Xron with a nice rail just to finish off Too Good.
That one just felt really violent.
I mean, this is a much more evenly paced round, I think. Almost dead even on percentage. And now can they safely get it back though? Already we can see Too Good here. Fazz has the soul, bringing it back to Obelisk A again.
It's been quite a slow round. It's only 26 versus 24. I mean, this still could go either way. Definitely don't count these guys out. You can see Anarchy and Doomslayer inside of Wait4us. Both those guys have their abilities if they need them.
Right, Fazz has the mega health though. If there's any point he just wants to run in and just ram the obelisk to drop it off, now's the time. But won't need to. His teammates are able to clean up the point first, make it a safe place to be.
I mention this a lot of time during Sacrifice streams because it's always worth bringing attention to, but Anarchy, on top of being a very important champion indeed, on a map like this where he's likely to get hit by a lot of rails, because if he's going to run the soul, he'll be the one that you're going to try and pick off from range. The second he pops enough injections to be at 81 HP, where he can start tanking more than 1 rail without armor, that's where Anarchy becomes way more dangerous. But because Sacrifice matches are likely to go on for a lot longer, there's a way higher chance that he will build up that injection beyond 81 HP.
Xron going in is quite low on health, but still fighting. But one rocket from Toxic is always going to be needing, and then acid pouring down from above. Just splatting all over the jump pad, unfortunately, but still, this is a much more solid round for Stack already. Look at that percentage starting to go up again. This is what they did before. They're just not letting Wait4us anywhere near.
There's the power up. The fight's going to take place. So much plasma trail. It's so hard to fight for. Toxic with the super shotgun. He is just breathable away from getting taken out. 10 health. And here comes Xron. He's going to go with the pickup. But the soul, it went behind. Avek tried to drop off. Xron, no doubt, going to come towards rail trying to defend.
Oh, krysa getting dodged in the way, but there we go.
He's still got the quad. I would be very concerned. Here he comes.
Here's one's coming in, trying to escort through to hold on to his obelisk. This is much better for Wait4us. Wow, it looks like scattered around right now, so not really a clean target for Xron to go for.
Krysa's going to use up that last little bit. The quad is not going to be up for much longer, but Toxic, is it going to be enough to just make a difference? Does a little bit of damage, but is it enough to take him out?
Avec only just able to take him out, but dies himself anyway. And Wait4us, do they still hold it? It seems like it.
Yeah, they continue to defend. There's not a huge amount of percentage differing them. Ow, ouch. Drop it off one more time.
This is what they need, though.
Oh, point blank.
Wow, yeah. Poor Toxic. So rocket to the face at point blank range, and the gauntlet comes out too.
Xron just kind of using his berserk mode there, just to get some of that guaranteed damage up close. If he's got the gauntlet and he's surrounded enemies, you're really unlikely to miss the punch right there.
Yes, indeed, but Stack
Oh no!
Oh no! Unfortunate suicide for krysa. Kel definitely didn't mean to do that. He's going to take that one extra defender off the point, but it doesn't matter for now. Wait4us. We're doing it out, but 3 members of Stacked here contesting the soul. They're going to get it, but can they get it back safely? Looks like Wait4us are here trying to stop it, but they're going in as a big unit. Fazz gets a frag, so does Noctis.
I think Toxic displays a lot of patience and sacrifice. Like, he really is comfortable sort of taking the slower path or just sort of waiting for the rest of his team to cause a lot of havoc. And because of it, even though he's holding a soul or he's holding power up, he sort of often remains to be on full health or full armor. So when the fight happens, he's really not weak. I mean, he's not too weak to take the fight. And look,
I've got to say, though,
good patience there.
The teamwork there was phenomenal from Stack. The fact that literally, as a 4, they have
power up.
Siege Soul, take Soul, and then escort Toxic back safely.
Oh dear. That was so perfectly executed by Stacked, and now they've got the protection, and now they have the soul. I mean, is it going to be even possible to take the soul during this 20% that remains?
It's going to be difficult for them. I mean, that was just a beautiful sequence of teamwork, all in all versus Stack. That was just so good. And now they have the obelisk, they have the soul, they have the protection, and all of their guys are here alive and well armed. This is the best case scenario for them to hold on to it. 10% left to go, but Wait4us are here trying to stop it. No, Avec drops down, but Fazz is here trying to defend just outside to interrupt them.
Oh, the double kill!
As well, that might have just secured the map for Stack. Now Wait4us
I think
don't have the numbers here.
I think I'm willing to call that one a GG. 1 more percent, and there's no one there. Is it going to be 100?
Sure, they are contesting it. They're not letting this final percent go. But
hang on,
Avec
with a
triple kill. Wow, he got the 4th as well. That was a full team wipe from Avec single-handedly there. Now Wait4us are here. All 4 of them here trying to get Avec through. Avec is so weak. He needs to get some health. Oh no!
Oh dear.
This is the throw. But no, doesn't matter. Still there behind.
Not being focused on too hard, but oh, krysa is just stuck in between so many gauntlet-wielding enemies. That was unfortunate. Fazz, he's got the soul as well. They have to try and head him off. That one rail may be the game changer. Even with that health, he still can't tank a rail at this HP.
They simply cannot afford to let Stack drop this off at any point. They have 1% left to go. That means they have to hold on to the obelisk for 2 uncontested seconds. That is all they need to win the series.
Oh my days, Noctis!
The movement, Noctis, the supersonic lizard. Look at how fast he's moving.
That was ridiculous, and he still has an asset bit left to go. He does get taken out, and they're likely to get the soul here, but they've taken a lot of damage trying to contest the soul lag. One of them goes down. The double gauntlet from Toxic. Is that going to be the game-winning double? It is indeed. 100% versus 69%. Wait4us, they fought hard, but Stacked